Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Rural 2IC with another morning chat. And what do I want to talk about today? Well, let's do a slight continuation from yesterday. Yesterday, we went through and we talked about defensive driving. But what happens about when you are not driving your vehicle? And what I mean by that is things like defensive parking and all the other things with your vehicle while you are not actively using it. Now, the trick to this one, as I was taught, is everything is twofold. It's all give and take. And so one of the first things is when you get to a place that you are going to stop and get out, whether it be going shopping or a park or even at home, there is defensive parking. Now, if you are going out into a public place, then a lot of people will say, park away from everything, park 10 spots down the parking lot. And yes, that's a very good idea to do. It gives you one of those to where if you can get to your vehicle, then you have a much quicker egress, right? You're not trying to battle getting in the vehicle, trying to find your vehicle, all sorts of things like that. But again, it's now you have a further distance from where you are trying to exit the store to get to your vehicle. So it's give and take. Also, if you are closer to the building, then you might have it to where people can damage your vehicle. People can bend down in between the vehicles and mess with tires and underneath and do all sorts of things like that because, it's a little bit more hidden, especially if they are parked next to you. If somebody, starts walking close, you can hear footsteps or talking. You can easily turn to your vehicle. That way, if they are, hey, what are you doing? Oh, this is my vehicle. I was checking my tire pressure or whatever. And they unlock their vehicle or whatever. And, oh, okay, yeah, I buy it, right? Versus if you are 10 spots away, then you have it to where, if somebody is by your vehicle, they don't have that. Why are you out there? Now, granted, you have less people around. If you're up where people are going to be walking and driving constantly because you're close to the building, you have more of a chance of somebody spotting some foul play versus, if you're way down the parking lot, most people aren't paying attention to that. So, it's that give and take. If possible, don't go alone to places. I know it's very, very common for most of us probably to, hey, I'm just running down the store. I'm grabbing milk or bread or eggs or this or that or whatever. A lot of people will do things alone. If possible, don't. This is where having friends, family, neighbors, a mag, things like that comes into play because, maybe it's one of the things that you can do that whole kill two birds with one stone thing. There is power in numbers. A lot of people that are victimized are people that are alone. And so if you are doing some shopping, you're busy with trying to juggle bags and figure out, am I putting them in the back seat or the trunk or this, and fumbling with keys and whatnot. If you have two people, one, it discourages somebody because it becomes 2 versus 1. 2, you can have it to where, all right, you start scanning and you are lookout while I am unlocking, the vehicle and doing things. And then we switch. I will stand, lookout while you put your bags in and do things like that. So do your best, to not go places alone. Now, granted, you're not going to be able to go everywhere with somebody. And so that's where strategic parking comes in. Make sure that you are in a good place. Well lit is always the best at nighttime. Try and make it to where you are not going into unsavory neighborhoods, especially at night. And especially alone, if possible, try and take somebody with you, try and go during the day. Try and make it to where, you are planned out, especially places that you go very, very commonly, places like Walmart or whatever. Take different routes. Make sure that you understand where exits are, where people would be coming from, and know, maybe what's behind the building. Take a drive around it. It's one of those that we take a lot of things for granted, but to know where different roads lead, where different paths lead, because some of these places, there's not many entrances and exits, and you get some sort of active shooting situation or something like that, everybody's going to probably be heading to that same exit. So we have to be very careful and mindful on where we think others may go and where we might want to go. So it's just one of those that if we can pre-plan, if we can prepare, especially if it's a place that we have never been to before, now we're going somewhere completely new, that's a good idea. Use the internet, use Google Maps, get a good layout, get as much information as you possibly can. Even if you're just going there one time and one time only, it's still a good idea, because SHTF does not care what time of day it is, how often you go there, and things like that. So just be mindful. Think about things as you go through. Don't take things for granted, and you'll give yourself much better odds. So, but that's what I've got. That kind of wave top view. We'll just talk about a few things, get you thinking. And with that, I hope you guys have an amazing, blessed day. Stay tuned, because there's more information to come. And with that, remain united, because we're all prepping in this together.